Welcome to the Onion Buns, and welcome to Happy Day. Hey all, just a quick mention here. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment on the videos you like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, which helps me. Takes 2 seconds. So thanks in advance. So for this week, we're going to start off with quite possibly my third favorite animal in the world. So that's all I'm going to say. Let's take a look. So yeah, I love pandas. I watch a ton of videos out of China on pandas. You know, I may not like China politics, but I love how they take care of the pandas. You know, and yeah, that's all there is. So that's the first clip of this week's Happy Day. I think we started off on a really upbeat, positive form. Ever heard baby wolf cubs howling for the first time? Watch this. I think that's awesome. I really do. Alrighty, this one made me laugh. I watched this ahead of time, and this got me actually laughing out loud. So you're going to love this. I'm not going to spoil it. It's a pizza party. Okay, that's funny. I don't care. That is funny. Like when I saw this, I was expecting a dog because I had a dog that woofed down half a pizza on me one time when I went upstairs to refill my coffee. So I've seen that. I was expecting a dog or something, not two parrots there. So too funny. I love raccoons. I don't care what anyone says. I've always loved raccoons. Back when I lived in Barrie, I had a family of raccoons for about 5 or 7 years, something like that. Every summer, they'd come walking down the fence line into my yard. The mother and the father would leave the kits, and there was usually about, I'm going to say 5 to 8 kits. And they would leave the kits on my deck to play on my deck, play under my deck, and eat sunflower seeds from the bird feeder. And they would go off and do their nightly rounds scavenging. And every once in a while, you would hear a dog bark or something, and you'd see the mother or the father come racing back into my yard. They'd sit there for 10 or 15 minutes and let everything calm down, and then off they'd go again. All the while, the kits are just playing in my yard. Well, they didn't even go in the yard, actually. They just stayed on the deck right at my patio window. I used to have a picture of it, and I got to have it stored somewhere, but I don't have access to it right now. It was an awesome picture. It was this little kit who had shoved his nose into the bird feeder. So he had sunflower seeds stuck to his nose, and then he came and he was looking inside the patio window at me, Furball and Rascal, and it was an awesome picture. So I love raccoons. I really do. I understand they can be mischievous and they can do damage to your home. I never had that. My neighbors got nailed a couple times, but they never did any damage to my home. It was just my deck was that safe spot for them. And this was for like 5 to 7 years. And then we think they lived in, there was a house down at the end of the fence line on the corner. It was an elderly couple, so they didn't drive, so they never went into their garage. And in Ontario, the humidity is so harsh that if you have wooden garages, the wood starts to rot and it gets bent and everything. So that's what happened to the garage. So that's where we think they lived for those years, is they had access into that garage, and that's where they lived all year long. So sadly, the elderly couple passed away, and I guess the children or whoever bought the house or whoever fixed up the garage, and I never saw the raccoons again. But yeah, for 5 to 7 years, I loved it. So here's a video of a raccoon, he's being a raccoon. This is what you can expect from raccoons. Like I said, that's what you can expect from raccoons. They are goofy. At the best of times, they're goofy, and they're not aggressive unless you corner them. Like, you give them their space, and just like that video shows, you stand off and you watch them, and they'll put on a show for you. You know, the only time I've ever heard of a raccoon being aggressive on its own without provocation is if it's got rabies. You know, and sadly that does happen to wild animals. So it's not a creature thing. Like, they're no more susceptible to it than any other wild animals. So anyway. Alrighty, to end today's episode, I got a mother quail with all her little chicks. It's an amazing little video. Stunningly beautiful. So take a look. That's absolutely gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So anyway, that's the end of the video for this week. If you like the video, leave a like, a subscribe, and a share. I'm trying to grow my channel. A like, a subscribe, and a share does me wonders. And I do appreciate anyone that does. Always feel free to leave a comment. I encourage people to leave comments. Gets us interacting. And it really does help me with the YouTube algorithm. And as always, pew, 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 and shit. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.